I'm Joe Rapari, and this is Tab, the Truth Always Boomer. The Democratic candidates running for president won't stop talking about it. So, neither will I. What are they talking about? The scam that is Medicare for All. So let's pull the tab on that and see what happens. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Well, the Democratic candidates for president won't stop pushing this agenda, and that's Medicare for All. It's a subject I'm really passionate about, and I put together a presentation that explains where I'm coming from on it. And I did my due diligence and gathered facts and evidence, and like I said, put together this little presentation, and I'm going to show it to you. So if Democratic candidates for president aren't going to stop talking about this fiasco that is Medicare for All, I'm not going to stop talking about it either. It's just a political talking point, it's pie in the sky, and it's a promise that cannot be kept. It's basically a scam, so check out this. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's look into this scam that is Medicare for All. Medicare for All is just a political talking point and a pie in the sky idea that is basically impossible, based on a few simple facts and 5th grade math. It's a promise that can't be kept. So let's look into this, shall we? First, what is our current Medicare system? Medicare is medical insurance coverage for individuals 65 years of age and over. How is the current Medicare system funded? Through payroll deductions put into a government fund over many, many years and monthly premiums. 6.2% goes to Social Security, tax 1.45% to the Medicaid tax, and these are the FICA taxes that you see in your paycheck, and your employer matches those. There are now 73 million people on Medicare. Medicare has two parts to it. Part A is for hospital costs, and Part B is for other medical costs. Now, Part A is free. If you'd like to just take Part A once you turn 65, you can get that for free. But most people opt for Part A and B. So Parts A and B cost $135 for both. Parts A and B cover 80% of your costs. The other 20% of your costs is up to you. Drugs are up to you. Dental and eye care is up to you. The 20% drugs, dental, and eye coverages can be covered by separate private insurance plans. You can get a Medicare Advantage plan, which is approximately $145. Medicare Medigap plan for like $145. You can get a drug plan for around $32 a month, dental plan for $25 a month, and an eye plan for around $15 a month. Now, it all depends on what your needs are and what you like. There are different Medicare Advantage plans and different Medicare Medigap plans and dental plans and optical plans and drug plans. All depends on what your needs are and where you're at in your life on what you decide to choose. However, the average individual 65 years of age or over will pay on average for Medicare Parts A and B $135 a month. And then they will opt in for a Medicare Advantage plan or a Medigap plan for another $145 a month. And usually the average person will opt in for a drug plan for $32 a month, which brings us to a total of $312 per month, which does not include dental and or optical. Now, let's take a look at this scam called Medicare for All. Medicare for All would be free medical insurance for over 320 million people. It would be funded just like the current Medicare system is funded, we're told, with no rise in taxes and or no new taxes. Some facts about Medicare for All. Our current Medicare system would be gone. Private insurance companies would be gone. People of any age will be eligible. Illegal aliens will be eligible. And over 320 million individuals will have free health care. How will Medicare for All be funded? Well, since there will be no rise in taxes or new taxes, and there will be no new, or there will now be over 320 million people on Medicare for All, and there will be no more Medicare in its current form, what does that leave us with? Not taxes, premiums. Well, you can call them premiums, you can call them taxes. What it's going to be is money from us given to the government to pay for Medicare for All. You could call it anything you want. You can call it taxes, you can call it a premium, you can call it a gift, you can call it whatever you want. But it's money that we're all going to be giving to the government to pay for this abortion. So, how much will these premiums be? Let's take an average middle-class family of a husband, a wife, 2 children with a dual household income of about $90,000. Since the current Medicare only covers individuals, that means when you pay for your Medicare, it's for you. It's not for your family, it's not for your kids, it's not for your dependents, it's for you. It's for a single person. And that Medicare for All will be funded the same way. Let's start with the husband. Let's look at the husband, shall we? So since there are over 153 million people that aren't earning any money or paying any taxes or premiums or whatever you want to call them, there are over 22 million illegal aliens basically not earning any money or not paying any taxes or paying any of these premiums or whatever you want to call them. And there are over 73 million people on current Medicare, and that all these people will need Medicare for All. I'm going to estimate on the very low end a multiplier of 8, thus equaling, you remember the $312, right? The average Medicare per month times 8 equals $2,496 per month with no dental or optical. Now the wife, she'd be the same as her husband. $312 times 8 equals $2,496 per month. Rounding up this family's free Medicare for All cost, it will cost them $5,000 per month or $60,000 per year for free Medicare for All. Yearly cost estimates for Medicare for All are all over the place. Nobody can agree on how much it's going to cost. So I took the amount of $5 trillion per year, which is somewhere in the middle. Some estimates are higher, some estimates are lower, so I took the middle. Every wage-earning American will have to pay in premiums or taxes or a gift or whatever you want to call it, $30,000 per year to the government for free Medicare for All. And who can afford to pay that much? The answer is simple. No one. Medicare for All is a scam, a political talking point, a promise that cannot be kept. So what about your doctor in hospitals? Let's talk about your doctor for a minute. Let's say your doctor works 10 hours per day and sees approximately 25 patients. Everyone now has free Medicare for All. Now she has to see 35 patients per day. How is she going to do that? Well, she could work longer hours and or more days per week. She could take patients on a first-come, first-served basis until her hours worked are up. She could put you on a waiting list. She could spend less time with each patient and sacrifice quality and patient care. Or she could just start taking patients who pay cash and become a private doctor to only those who pay her. A concierge physician. Do you think doctors who have spent enormous amounts of time and money on their chosen profession are now going to work for what the government is going to pay them? Basically be government employees? Do you think they're going to work more hours? More days per week? Sacrifice quality of care for less money? I hardly think so. Let's look at hospitals. They'll be in the same boat as the doctors. They will be losing doctors, nurses, technicians, and support staff. Care will be rationed. Quality of service will suffer greatly because of the overburdened system. The gap between what Medicare for All would pay and what private insurance companies now pay would be huge, around 40% lower. Struggling hospitals and rural centers would virtually close overnight. It means the hospitals are now going to be getting 40% less money. How are they going to stay in business? How are doctors going to stay in business? They're small business owners and now they're going to be making 40% less? You know, doctors are pretty smart people. I don't think they're going to be buying that scam. Emergency rooms will become triage centers, assigning degrees of urgency to wounds and illnesses to decide the order of treatment of a large number of patients. You come in with a broken arm and excruciating pain. Sorry, pal. On the totem pole of patients, you're way on the bottom. Wait there in pain until it's your turn. Yep, those are the kind of emergency rooms I want. It all comes down to this, and I'll make it very simple so liberals and progressives can understand. It is really this simple. Using the high-end number, there are approximately 160 million people who earn a living or work and can actually pay for this so-called Medicare for All. What are you going to ask the other 153 or the other 160 million people who consists of people who don't work, children, disabled people? You're going to ask a 10-year-old, hey, where's your portion of this Medicare for All money? A 10-year-old or a highly disabled person? Hey, buddy, where's your share? Well, they're not going to be putting in a share. So there's only 160 million people who are going to be putting in their share. Using the middle amount, not the high, not the low, Medicare for All will cost around $40 trillion over 8 years, or $5 trillion a year. Now, here's the easy part, 5th grade math. $5 trillion divided by the 160 million people who earn money and can contribute their share to the fund equals $31,250. $31,250 per year. Where does the average American get $31,250 to give to the government every single year? Well, the answer is they don't. No one can afford $31,250 a year for medical insurance. So think about it. There are only 160 million people who earn a paycheck or have assets or money. That includes millionaires and billionaires too. They'll be paying their fair share. So if there's only 160 million of us who have actual money to pay for this, think about it. How much is it going to cost? You can't expect a 10-year-old or a disabled person to be paying their fair share, so they're out. They're in, but they're out. They won't be paying, so it's up to the 160 million people who make money to foot the bill for the other 160 million people who can't pay. Figure it out. Whose ass are they blowing smoke up? Not mine, for sure. Bernie's going to raise taxes through the roof. You'll be paying 50, 60, 70, 80% of your income to pay for this abortion. That one doesn't leave you very much money. You saw what that family of two who has a household income of $90,000, which is a pretty good middle-class income, they're going to have to pay approximately $60,000 of that income per year for health care for the husband, the wife, and the 2 kids? Yeah, okay, that'll work. No, it won't. That's ridiculous. We got to do something about health care, I agree, but this isn't the way to go. I'm not sure exactly how it should go. I think health care should be like any other kind of insurance. It's a commodity, it's a service, and you pay for it. Be like car insurance, life insurance, house insurance, homeowners insurance, or whatever, motorcycle insurance, boat insurance. Get the private sector involved and let everybody compete for the best price. And you would only pay for you know, serious things. You don't pay your, you don't use your car insurance to pay for an oil change or a brake job, and you don't use your homeowners to pay for, to put new plumbing in or put a new roof on your house. You pay for that yourself. So why can't medical insurance be the same way? You go to the doctor, you pay the doctor. You have to have an x-ray, you pay for the x-ray. Ooh, you have to go in the hospital and have heart surgery, or you have to have, some serious procedure done. That's when your insurance kicks in to cover these astronomical costs or these huge costs so you don't go bankrupt. What's so hard about that? Why wouldn't that be a plan that could work? In prescription drugs, the drug companies have to have money too. Who do you think invents all the new drugs? Switzerland? France? Hardly. We invent them all, and then we sell them at a reasonable price to all the rest of the countries. There's a law that we can only sell them for so much. Maybe that's what we should do. Sell the drugs at the same cost we sell them to other companies to everyone. But if the drug companies don't make a profit, they're not going to have money for research and development. They're not non-profit organizations. They don't invent new drugs out of the goodness of their heart. They need money for that. They need to pay their employees, the scientists, the brilliant people that do all this stuff. Jeez, oh man. All these bleeding heart liberals think everything's free. Excuse me, everybody does everything for free. It doesn't work that way. Just like this Medicare For All, it's not going to be free. You're going to pay for it. Just like the current Medicare. It's not free. People pay for that. People have put into that Medicare and Social Security fund, the FICA taxes, for 40, 50 years. They put a lot of money into that fund. And now when they're older, they want to reap the benefits of that. So they pay a modest premium, plus the money that's in the fund, and they have some reasonable health care in their older age. It's pretty simple. It's the same with Social Security. They put money in there for 40, 50 years, and now when they reach a certain age, the government gives them like a stipend from the fund. They put money in it for 40 or 50 years. You're not taking that away from those people. Those people have earned that. All you young millennials out there have been working for 5, 10 years. When you've put in it for 40 or 50 years, then you can talk. You can't talk now. Those hard-working older Americans deserve that money. You're not taking that away from them. We're not taking that away from them. If you liberals and progressives think that 73 million people who are now on Medicare are going to allow you to take that from them, you're crazy. Trump's going to win the election just on those 73 million people voting for him, because they're not going to let him take, or let the Democrats take that benefit from them. Medicare's a pretty good thing, man. It works great for them. And I know. So anyway, Medicare for All is a scam. Can't be paid for. It's a promise that can't be kept. There's got to be another way. We have to get some serious thinkers involved to figure out how to fix the system, but it's crazy. And then all these bleeding heart liberals, man, they're always bitching about health insurance being so expensive. It is expensive. Or about people not having enough money to have procedures done, or my mom had this done, my dad had that done, and they couldn't afford it. Well, let's look at that logically, shall we? So you had a father, you people on the internet that are opening your big-ass mouths all the time, all you liberal YouTubers out there, and all you liberal talking heads on the news and on TV, you all make really, really good money. And you people on TV, you talking assholes on TV, you have really good health care paid for by, MSNBC, CBS, NBC, ABC, CNN. You all make really good money, have really good benefits. Then why don't you pay for your family's health care? They have to have a procedure done, you pay for it. Same with you liberal YouTubers out there with millions of subscribers, 500,000 subscribers. Your father has to have a procedure done? He doesn't have enough money? Then you pay for it for him. You guys are all these social justice warriors and all hip on all this family stuff, which is a good thing. But you're all, you like to preach, man. You're holier than thou. Well, what's wrong with you paying or helping out your family? You guys make good money, so shut the hell up with all that nonsense. So that's my 2 cents. Medicare For All is a scam, like I said before. It's all pie in the sky, a promise that can't be kept. So, like I said, my 2 cents, that's what I think. I gave you my thoughts on how we can fix the system. I think it would work that way. I think it would be good. But, like I said, that's what I think. What do you think? Well, hope you enjoyed this video, ladies and gentlemen. If you wouldn't mind, subscribe, comment, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to click the bell. It would be greatly appreciated. Well, that's all for now. Take care, and as always, be safe.